Watched Tyson Fury box a number of times. People claim he's the greatest of many, many generations, but I think if I box Tyson Fury, a lot of similarities will happen in the fight. So I'm not surprised at all. In terms of his style, who hasn't knocked Tyson down? So many people have knocked Tyson down.
Biggest fights in history, but you're only training for 5 weeks.
Don't train this far out, come on. Who do you think you're talking to?
Ticking over.
A professional athlete, come on. I trained 4 or 5 weeks for these fights.
This opportunity presented itself, but I never turned down a challenge, and I'm looking forward to it.
The delay is at last nearing its conclusion because Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua are meeting eye to eye now, moving their anticipated heavyweight battle one significant move nearer to actually taking place in reality.
To get out to box, and it's not a fitness competition, is it? So, you know, I don't think you need any more than 5 weeks training.
I have to win, and when I win, I'll move on to fighting for the championship. That's boxing, snakes and ladders. You win, you go up, you lose, you slide down. So I have to win in order to continue on where I projected in my mind.
Entirely concentrated, Joshua states quite plainly that he holds just a single goal, reaching the undisputed title. And he remains ready to perform literally every action required.
I'll do whatever it takes. The challenge that I have in front of me only makes me learn about myself. He's not the challenge, I'm the challenge. How can I go? And I'll do whatever it takes to get past whatever's in front of me. Everything is designed for me to come and be victorious and move forward in my life and move forward in my career.
Delivering a frightening alert, Fury foresees a totally lopsided thrashing, vowing to catch Joshua in spots where he cannot land one effective blow, while following a plan intended to entirely dominate him.
All we've got to do now is dance, and I look forward to the challenge. I can outbox him. There's only one person standing in his way of total domination in Europe, and that's the Dauntless, the Gypsy King. When I boxed Vladimir Klitschko, I outboxed him. Beautiful. Fainted, slipped, slided, and he couldn't land any punches. I'll do the same to him if I want to.
Past the restricted clips formerly shared regarding that stiff encounter, new updates concerning this bout have rendered this whole scenario much more volatile. Simon Jordan recently revealed the intended venue for this contest, portraying it as a finished deal rather than simple guesswork. He states it is upsetting for British followers, while implying the whole drama happens because Turki Alashik desires to please his tight partners Dana White and Zuffa Boxing Now.
It's a done deal in New York. I don't think it happens in the UK. I think it happens where Turki Alashik thinks it best suits his business, which may well be the US because of the relationship with Zuffa and Dana White, or because he wants to do something in Riyadh. You got anything to add to that? Any news on where the likely location is going to be for the Fury-Joshua fight?
Well, yeah, it's sort of similar to you, really. I'm hearing strong rumours it could be November the 14th. It could be New York, which would be a better time difference for the British fans as opposed to being in Las Vegas or somewhere like that. So that's sort of like the middle ground for them. But that's what I'm hearing: Madison Square Garden, New York, November the 14th. Not signed, sealed, and delivered, by the way. Just rumours that are circulating.
Bloody shame, quite frankly. That I know that MSG is a legendary arena, but not for two British fighters.
Concurrently, Fury's agent Frank Warren rejected claims stating that this match site was officially settled. Warren insists those talks remain ongoing, while Saudi Arabia's Sila allegedly lobbies strongly for this card being held at New York. No news got formal verification yet, making a further turn within these growingly theatrical parleys, plus letting fans ponder exactly where that legendary heavy title scrap might eventually happen.
But the fact is it will be competitive, and the fact is they both want it, and at last it is happening. So we will see. And sometimes with these type of fights, you know, when guys, you think maybe they could have done it a few years before, the fact is that it could even turn into a better fight, who knows. But the fact of the matter is, the reason, you know, if it does go there, it won't be for the lack of seller trying to get the fight on at Wembley. They were trying to get it on, obviously, for the early hours of the morning, and from what I understand, that wasn't successful. I'm not sure yet. That's not been.
All things regarding these talks have caused mounting annoyance across the pugilist community. Although after expecting nearly 8 seasons, this bout yet appears stuck via policy, red tape, plus money motives, letting followers eager for lastly seeing this occur. That hype stays rising each morning, though that doubt regarding that contract stays expanding. Wade Plem similarly reacted toward these recent changes, calling the whole procedure a complete shame while asking why devoted viewers must stay compelled into waiting now.
This fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, this fight is turning into an absolute sham of what it should be. Not just because both guys are washed, and yes, I'll say it again, both guys are washed. I'm sorry if you feel differently, it's just the truth. But because of the negotiations about where and when the fight is going to take place. Shocker that even 8 years later, when it comes to this fight, we still can't get the fight we want. Boxing fans, we will continue to suffer as long as this sport is tied up in bureaucracy and money and goofy nonsense that really doesn't need to happen for this fight to happen. What do I mean? Will Eddie and Dana kiss and make up? Will this be solved? Will any of this actually happen? Will the fight actually happen?
In the shadows, there exists growing worry that both Fury and Joshua might never be totally synchronized with Dana, since no boxer presently holds any marketing contract with him. Their veteran agents, Frank Warren plus Eddie Hearn, stay deeply engaged, and no party seems willing into settling about that spot. Parleys have hit one more deadlock, rendering the whole method seem way more dubious. Regardless, that chance for Turkey Alashik putting Dana into that organizing position keeps turning prize fight enthusiasts and that broader public increasingly enraged.
Why is Dana even involved in this? Well, the simple answer is Turkey Alashik is the man with the money. And the man with the money is going to make the decision. And as far as this fight goes, the man with the money, Turkey Alashik, has decided that Dana White is going to promote it. Now, how that ends up being looked at in reality, like Dana White has no promotional agreement with Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury. From what I understand, both of them have their fight rights signed to Turkey Alashik. So again, the man with the money makes the decision. The big controversy here is, when is the fight going to happen? We've heard the last part, Q4 of this year. That means October, November, December, somewhere there. And where is the fight going to happen? It would make the most sense, logically, with the fan bases they've built up and for the rivalry that they've had. It's almost like the Cold War of boxing in the UK, that the fight would be in the UK. The fans have wanted this fight in the UK.
Entering that rising dispute, Eddie Hearn had confessed he is seeing major strain for hosting that bout within MSG, though he declines for yielding. Based on Hearn, Joshua privately ordered him for adding some term promising that match should happen inside that British Isles. He currently says each single team, counting Fury's camp, has agreed MSG, yet he was stayed tough. Hearn swears he shall perform totally every task feasible in stopping that clash away from occurring inside USA now.
The reports, November 20th, Madison Square Garden. I kind of feel like right now me and AJ are kind of like the last two standing on the hill waving the Union Jack. I mean, Anthony Joshua made me insert a clause into the contract that said the fight must happen in the UK.
Good.
So at the moment, it can't happen anywhere else. Now, we're under a lot of pressure. Turkey Alashik, Netflix, sounds like Tyson Fury. It sounds like everybody's agreed they want to do this fight at Madison Square Garden. We don't.
No.
Right? I mean, I can't, we want to make it so financially unviable for them to change the contract that they've got no choice but to do it in the UK. I honestly don't know how it's going to play out. All I can tell you is I can assure...
Backing the same outlook from that standpoint regarding those viewers, Paulie Malignaggi thinks English followers have gained that privilege for seeing this bout on local ground rather than viewing it abroad. He states how moving that card far from the British region totally ignores those faithful fans whom aided making both big-weight winners into world idols.
I'll believe it when I see it. I think the fight happens. I don't know if the fight happens in New York or somewhere else. I know the rumor is in New York. But I have a very difficult time believing this fight happens in New York because of those reasons. It just makes no business sense.
And I think from the British fans' point of view, they've supported these guys, built them up. They've both become world champions and icons outside of boxing. Really, they've become bigger personalities than even boxing to the boxing fan. So they want that last fight here. They want it at Wembley Stadium. Forget that it's in November. I think the fans maybe are owed that one, and it'll be a shame that it happens.
Yeah, it's a fight of a generation that the fights in England have been waiting to see for so long, and then you don't put it in the UK. You put it in the MSG. I don't know. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
But again, for many reasons, it makes no sense to me.
Neglecting the whole quarrel about that site, Peter Fury feels the setting had not once really counted since that lone factor which matters is ending this feud once plus for good within that ropes. Per his view, the scrap just must occur no issue where that is finally held.
Look, it's may the best man win, and wherever it is, it's a ring. Doesn't really matter, so they just need to get it on. And this is boxing. For me, it's a sport. may the best man win.
Bringing new doubts about the path Joshua grabbed his late success. Frank Warren lauds AJ's will, but argues Tyson Fury shall never have permitted that recovery. In Warren's mind, Fury's brutal stopping power might have given a totally diverse finish for that match now.
He's on the floor twice, and I genuinely was quite shocked. But hats off to AJ for getting out of the predicament that he was in. And Pringer, he just didn't follow. For me, didn't follow up. When I look at that fight, I look at one that and think if that had been Tyson in there, and Tyson's a good finisher.
Replying straight toward skeptics hitting the specific when following Simon Jordan doubted Anthony Joshua's rallying win, Warren firmly denies these reports and maintains that match happened precisely how giant weight brawling usually happens. He thinks Joshua only healed once getting stung, showing again then how that hitting force stayed one very major risk.
No, not at all. No. Don't agree with that at all. I don't think that would happen. Listen, what a way. Let's have it right. If someone thought the fight was hooky and they were going to throw it, you don't want to get knocked over twice.
And have to climb up off the deck, yeah.
And I climb off the floor, let's have it right. At one stage, he was struggling a bit. So no, and let's all be honest. Going into the fight, everybody thought AJ was like 100-1 on. So he got caught, and he got over it, and that's it. So no, I don't think there's anything untoward.
Showing that which he deems at brightest map toward the non-favorite to win. Max Kellerman argues Anthony Joshua's sole real path toward win was using constant heat, able to reveal those identical flaws shown during prior showings. To Joshua, it stayed not merely about outlasting the pick. It stayed regarding showing he might totally beat hopes.
I want to talk about what at least most of us might not expect at first. The question is, if the headlines are the morning after the fight that Anthony Joshua actually won, how did it happen? Well, look, I don't think Tyson Fury will be under Ngannou, but what the Ngannou fight did show is that at least an underprepared Tyson Fury can be bothered by a big, strong, determined heavyweight. Now, that same Francis Ngannou fought Anthony Joshua and was almost decapitated in.
Bolstering this identical long shot point via real teaching skill, Malik Scott, whom had drilled top heavyweight challengers plus knows title rank changes, thinks Joshua's tempo, grit, plus late showings keep him totally able for beating, although Fury enters that clash since that gambling pick, noting how gambling prices seldom show these unique fixes a smart team may produce through that scrap.
Absolutely, I'm picking AJ because I believe AJ has good timing to offset Fury's speed. I believe AJ chin is a lot better than people give him credit for. And like you just said, Max, if we go off of both, how they both looked against Usyk, I believe the AJ that fought Usyk and the Tyson Fury that fought Usyk, I believe that makes for an incredible fight with both of them. Both of them had great fight with Usyk, especially AJ last fight with Usyk. It's not like he got ran over. That was a very competitive fight. Fury and Usyk was a very competitive fight. I believe AJ against Tyson Fury is an even more competitive fight at the stage that they're in their careers now.
AJ seemed cool plus sure during that meeting, though Duke McKenzie awaits naught special from him. Previously, he was helping AJ, but those late matches had rendered him much more doubtful. McKenzie currently fights for imagined Joshua triumphing, noting how that poise has vanished since his past bouts. Per his thought, Joshua not any longer looks like that identical boxer, plus that lost ego trust might become massive.